Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and for the next 3 minutes, we're going to slow things down, open scripture, and reflect on the story God is telling and our place in it. Today, we're in Romans chapter 4, and after spending 3 chapters explaining our need for grace, Paul does something interesting. He goes backward, and I mean way backward, all the way to Abraham. Not simply to remind us of a great man from Israel's history, but to make a very important point. God's way of saving people did not begin with Moses. It did not begin with the law. It did not begin with the religious systems and rituals of the day. It was there from the beginning. Paul points to a single verse. Abraham believed God, and it was counted to him as righteousness. Notice what is not there. Abraham was not declared righteous because he performed perfectly. Not because he followed a list of rules, not because he had his life completely together. He was declared righteous because he believed God's promise. That's Paul's argument. In fact, Abraham was counted righteous before circumcision, before the law, before most of the religious markers people associated with belonging to God. Faith came first. Everything else came later. And that's important because human beings have always had a tendency to reverse that order. We assume acceptance comes after performance. Approval comes after achievement. Love comes after proving ourselves. We learn that pattern early on in life. Work hard and earn the grade, perform well and earn the promotion, meet expectations and earn approval. Those things may be true in many areas of life, but Paul says that they are not how God's grace works. Throughout Scripture, we see people trusting God before they know how everything will work out and who everyone is in the story. Abraham leaves home without a map. Noah builds an ark before a drop of rain even falls. David writes about the joy of forgiveness long before he understands the full scope of God's redemption. Faith has always meant trusting God's promise before seeing the outcome. And that's where Romans 4 becomes deeply personal. Because there's a version of Christianity that quietly believes grace gets started, but after that, it's all about us. We know we're saved by grace. We don't argue that. But we live as though we have to keep earning God's acceptance. Some days we feel close to God because we've prayed, read scripture, resisted temptation, checked all those right boxes. Other days, we feel like we've slipped down a ladder, as though God's love for us is a little less today because we didn't perform as well. Romans 4 keeps bringing us back to Abraham. The foundation was never performance, it was promise. The relationship was built not on Abraham's accomplishment for God, it was built on what God promised Abraham. And the same is true for you and me. Faith is not primarily about what we do for God. It's about trusting what God has already done for us. May that rest in your heart. May you be the one who realizes that God started the work and finished it in you. Be well, friends.